recap of the rules, as always, we've got no one joins except for family members or people in relationships with family members. We sell slaves as a primary economy. If you're wondering what this means, it means most of our money has to come from slavery. We don't tech past research, which is tough. And no enemy looting. So on that note, Pyro Phoenix mentioned to me that I'm not supposed to grab the beer from that raider, so I'll have to make that change. Goals, of course, a shrine to grief, and the pirate bases must be exterminated. Quick recap of last episode. We went to lengths to try to add people to our fold, so we have 5 new people here. Before I go any further, let's sort of take a look at them. We've got Klein here, shooter, crafter, intellectual, doesn't do drugs, a bit of a psychopath, and an undergrounder. Angel, cooking, crafting, intellectual. That's really good that we have another cook potentially. Gourmand, night owl, and depressive. So it's going to be a little challenging to get her moods, let's say, controlled, right? Wolf, quick sleeper, transhumanist, too smart, shooter, plants, and medicine. Zelda, who's sanguine, kind, and a fast learner. Social, medical, and shooting. Probably a pretty good slave driver, right? Because she's kind and sanguine, so she doesn't mind being with the prisoners, and if they give her any lip, she can shoot them. And then Jimmy, melee, mining, and medical, masochist, neurotic, and fast learner. Hopefully the buffering, not buffing, isn't that much of a problem for you all. Welcome to everyone that is tuning in now or early, whatever. So, big challenges. We fortunately do have a crazy amount of caribou meat because Trek's been going on a shooting spree, and then Trek decided to eat it all, so now he's picking out. What else? We have 2 slaves to go sell. We've got Legua and Tony, and we have a few Labradors to sell as well. I'm not exactly sure how many Labradors I'm going to keep. But my guess is I get rid of the male one, providing the female ones don't get pregnant. However, in this game, you can be pregnant and it be hidden. So that's an issue as well. There's a lot of health conditions that can stay hidden. Okay, solar flare, that's cute. Like that would matter. And then, of course, what was pointed out to me is that Yanshui has res psychosis because she was rotten. For like very, very brief period of time. I don't even know where that beer is. Did I drink it all? I was supposed to get rid of it. Maybe I drank it all. Well, if I ended up seeing it, I'll discard it properly. So res psychosis is pretty nasty. Basically, you slowly have more mental breakdowns until you die. So it's once she advances past early, I am probably going to have to put her into one of these pods here. Which is, no bueno. Is, I think, probably the most horrible way to say it. But yeah, not good. We really, we don't want her to go crazy, but losing an important member of our community will suck. So, what I'm going to have to do is probably try to get some healer mech serum. It's literally the only thing that can then help her at this point. Alright, so I know I don't have the quality builder mod, so it's going to be a little annoying to try to get decent beds. Oh no, here's one that's already excellent. But I'm going to have Chief do it, and that should keep these folks in here a little bit happier than they are currently, which is just south of miserable, maybe. Alright, so Mr. Chief will work on that. For Ad Cook, if you're wondering about getting a pawn up in here, the pawns will be sourced primarily from Twitch subscribers, and any opportunity that there is for me to edit a pawn that exists and to introduce them into the series, I will take. So I'm having Angel, the cook, go to the first nice bed because we're about to lose our chef, which means we're going to need a better one. Or a replacement one. Temporary replacement. I don't want to make it sound like it's permanent. I could also shove the prisoners. At the moment, I am leveling up my social skills by reducing resistance. But it wouldn't be a terrible idea to throw them in. However, if I do throw them into the caskets, they're going to have cryosleep sickness when I wake them, which will make them slower at moving and being sold and all that. So, ooh, masterwork. Hello. Alright, Chief. We are going to have you move your old bed into the prison. And then you are going to get the masterwork bed for yourself. Seems fair-ish. Alright, where'd Chief? What's he doing? Move that bed. Good. Now, fortunately, we are in a boreal forest, so there is plenty of wood to go around. Alright, another excellent bed. Sorry, Zelda, you're temporarily on the floor. And I'll try to remedy that in just a... Well, I guess she was kind of already on the floor. If you're on, like, a sleeping spot, it's just a designated area for you to lay on the floor. I don't want to treat my siblings like they are in some sort of FEMA camp. Alright, there we go. Last excellent bed. So... I'll set it up like that. Why not? And then the last thing I'll do is throw a dresser sort of in the middle of the room. I still need to work on all that tattered apparel. We have a lot of it. Sorry, Jimmy. You'll benefit shortly. And then the wonderful thing here is all of the furniture that I've created here will be able to be repurposed when we fully recruit them. Alright, another excellent table, and let's get 2 more of those bad boys. So yes, Healer Mech Serum, to reiterate, can help Yanshui. At any point of her res psychosis, I can hit her with the Healer Mech Serum, and it will essentially repair her condition. I just don't have Res Mech Serum, and it's not something that Luciferium can fix. Luciferium is primarily to remove scars, scratch scars, and old injuries, like gunshot wounds that don't fade. I believe Jimmy has one of those. Yeah, an old bite scar. That's something that Luciferium will fix. Basically, the way the game works, it flags such conditions as... Like, anytime you suffer a wound, you basically have a chance to have that wound tagged as permanent, meaning that you will never fully heal from it. And Luciferium removes those permanent wound tags. Actually, I probably don't want to shovel that. In fact, I probably don't want to shovel... I do want to shovel up here, but I don't want to shovel any of that. The slower they walk through the death traps, the better. Okay, so we do have a demand for food, for sure. I think we're okay for now. Ideally, I would also like to get some better clothing. We have a lot of tethered clothing. Thank you, Jimmy, for the bits. And he says, Chicks dig scars - Jimmy, probably. Well, the advantage of Jimmy having a scar, he also happens to be, I believe, a masochist. Yes, so he has a mood boost from having that scar, which is good for everybody. Leth. Oh, Leth is getting the feeding done. There's quite a lot of prisoners here, which means feeding is challenging. And the way the base is laid out, this, of course, is supposed to be a kitchen. It's not really laid out to accommodate for people at the moment. Unfortunately, so... As a direct result, as a direct result, it's a pretty inefficient base at the moment. But, you know, we'll make do. All right, Mr. Richard, you better not be getting all the female Labradors pregnant. So if you remember, a lot of our... Tippy is also going to have to be sold because Tippy ate Luciferium. Because Luciferium does have a nutrition value. Barely. Kind of like beer, right? One of the reasons why animals will drink a hell all out of beer is if they don't have any other food available to them. I'm sure a lot of you have gotten cirrhosis on your pets. It's because if there is no other food source available, beer will provide calories, and the net result is your animals will get, you know, a scarred liver from all of the beer that they consume. It's funny, but pretty dark. Alright, given that, alright, food too. Given that the meals here have to travel so far, I'm going to have to figure out a better solution to feed them. Jimmy suggests setting up... I could set up meals... a stockpile of meals here, perhaps? It would deteriorate outside, but it's frozen, so it might not matter. It's actually really cold in the bedroom as well. In fact, it's so cold, I will have 0 crank the heat. Meals could be next to the Lucy, but it is granite door there, which is takes a very long time to open and close. I think my best bet, honestly, would just put a simple meals stockpile here. Simple Meals 2. Alright, so what is Simple Meals 1? Simple Meals 1 is a preferred stockpile. When we cook Simple Meals, we bring it to Simple Meals 1. Let's make this a... Simple Meals 1 will be... And yeah, we'll have it preferred. And then copy the settings, paste the settings here, make it important, so the cook won't bring it all the way, and then someone will haul it to the stockpile. And then this whole food thing will be normal. And then this stockpile will be low. And this one will be low. Okay. Cue all the wild animals running towards the meals. It's... Yeah. Yes. What I could easily stop that. I just need a door right there. That's a good point. Thank you for that. Alright, so now that is... It should not be... Well, I guess we can keep it roofed. But I'm going to remove the roof all around it. And my Labradors are going to eat that too. So, zone, clear, pet zone, no. In fact, I don't even really want the pets anywhere around there, right? And maybe I don't even want pets in here either. Opening and closing doors, making it colder. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Day is just cranking away on the granite like a madman. There is rare Thrumbos up. Thrumbo. If I wanted to kill the rare Thrumbo, I bet all of these steel spike traps would be sufficient. I don't know. You guys, if you think I should Thrumbo kill, let me know. I'll do it. Expand the zone. So, I'm going to do safe room. So, the safe room for pets, I'm going to have just be here. Rather than inside of my sort of house there. And then I will go into zone and rename that. What am I doing? Manage zone. Safe room is going to be pet safe room. What was temp pets? I don't need temp pets anymore. Okay. We don't have any meals. Yanshui cook. Yanshui the zombie. I kind of feel bad because she's like has basically super terminal illness and I'm making her cook for us. I might have my hands full, but I have a ton of steel, and I could very easily replace the steel traps that I have. That would be the reasons to kill said Thrumbo, it would probably mostly die due to the traps. I don't know. Alright, so Wolf's fully healed. All these prisoners are indeed set to recruit. Most of their resistance remaining is pretty low, so it shouldn't be that hard to get them. All of these beds here are over 100% comfortable. That's kind of nice. Chief is making dusters. Let's see, tattered apparel is shirts. We have shirts right here. What is going on? Let me check the assignments. Leth. One way to get rid of tattered is just to require their clothing to be above 50%. It does mean that if they could particularly get cold, I have to kind of watch that. Alright, so Zelda, Klein, Angel, all of them don't have any health problems, so that's great. A Thrumbo horn would be nice to get for sure. I'm actually more considering the Thrumbo leather. That would be great. In fact, do we have any animal handlers? Yeah, Leth. It's really, really, really dangerous to try to train a Thrumbo, but, okay, so she is trying to jailbreak them because she's, well, because she has Psychosis. But Chief is going to fix that before she can jailbreak them. Aren't you, Chief? Why can't I queue up to... There we go. Oh, she's... Alright, we have two different prisoners. I didn't realize what prison she was going to. She jailbroke the other prison. And now Swizzle, one of my dogs, is trying to help. I like how she breaks him out of jail and then, like, fights them. Oh, he's grabbing a board to beat me with. It's not going to end well for them. Alright, none of them died. Are they considered guilty? Not that I want to sell them. The ring finger is an old injury. Yeah, they're fine. I just need to patch them up. Alright, so now her mental break is hiding in room. I guess she feels bad about going and jailbreaking. I initially thought that she was probably heading to the other prison, but that's not the case, fortunately. Did I ever play Space Engineers? Not really. I owned it, and I got it really early access, and didn't really mesh well with me. I don't know. Maybe I didn't give it an honest chance. But, yep. Never really played it. Alright, so we're finally getting good clothing. Zero needs treatment. I'll have him tend to himself. And now he's playing. Trek is crafting. Leth is indeed the most likely to survive taming a Thrumbo, yes. The best way to tame a Thrumbo is to incapacitate them and put them somewhere where there's a source of food, i.e. here, and then tame them while they have food available to them. Actually, the Thrumbos, are they herb? They don't eat meat. They're sort of, they'll eat meals though. Does Wake Up have nutrition? I'm not sure, but what I could do is hide that from the pet zone. Hi, everybody that's tuning in. Welcome, welcome. They eat kibble. Yeah, I don't really have any ability to make kibble because I don't have any veg anything. There might be some berries around the map, but there's definitely not enough berries to feed a Thrumbo. So it would be a little challenging to feed the Thrumbo. It eats trees, I guess. There's just trees. I'm not sure it eats, like, cut wood, though. Just trees. Nope, Tony never got patched up. That's bad. Alright, Mr. Trek. I want you to not craft, because Day will literally do nothing else. So, leave that to him. Alright, let's go ahead and continue the bridges. So, if this is our kitchen, I'm going to make this the dining room. I'll make it nice and large. And first we're going to work on this part of the dock, or whatever. Additionally, we've used up a considerable amount of our wood, so I'm just going to blanket cut. Lagua's in the days. Cool. As soon as Yanshui's out of her days, I'm probably going to... Oh, and got sick too. I'm probably going to toss her into the one of the pods here. In fact, let's make the pods a little bit more secure and pretty, and maybe take the Molotovs out because they're just decaying. Angel's fully healed. Cool. Yeah, I would probably just hunt the Thrumbo. I don't know. I didn't see any clear indication that you guys want or do not want me to hunt it. But you guys can tell me if you change your mind. Alright, so that left shoulder definitely needs to get patched up. Sorry, Zero, but our prisoner's gonna lose an arm if we don't heal him. Who's starving? Oh, well, she's starving herself. That's not my fault. One of the nice things is having all the dogs sleeping between me and the outside world is protection, huh? I'd have to say. It can be a pretty informal poll, client. It doesn't need to be all that formal. Just a rough yay or nay. I might lose the opportunity here in a moment anyway. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm low on food. I could use Thrumbo leather. Wait, there's already a spike trap underneath this spike trap? Gnarly. I had no idea. Alright, so I think what we'll do is Trek. Mr. Trek is... Okay, I'm going to have Trek take Wake Up so he runs a little faster and consume pemmican. Yanshui, that is your last supper. That sounds so dark. And we'll put her in the standalone so she's somewhat separated. I'll even... I don't like the feeling of having her so far from the rest of everyone else, but I'll even clean it all up and make it nice. Okay. Trek, I want you to work these traps. I don't know why I'm cleaning them, but because it's about to fill up with Thrumbo blood. That's too far. What is your speed? Your speed is 506. Everyone else is going to be banished to the inside except for Yanshui. She's going to keep entering that. And then Mr. Trek. Animals, you're all going to go to the safe house. Oh, did I? I didn't hit it, but I woke it. Wow, I shot it in the head first shot. Trek's been doing that lately. Shot it in the jaw. 2 headshots. He's a real crack shot, isn't he? Alright, he's pissed. So one thing I'm going to do is to have my crossbowmen, or my bowmen, I guess they don't have crossbows, stand at the ready. You're moving at 5.5, I'm moving at 5.06. I'm going to close this door when I pass through it. And we will try to take pot shots at the Thrumbo, but my range is going to be pretty limited here. I'm probably not going to be able to do much. So we'll just get inside. Alright, so Mr. Thrumbo, how are you feeling? You are half dead. Death in 6 hours. Yeah, it's a pretty nasty trick I played on you, Mr. Thrumbo. But, you're probably not moving very fast. You are moving at 286. That's quite a joke. I'm sort of teasing the Thrumbo now. Honestly, what I'm doing is just evil. Alright, let's split the shooters up so the Thrumbo can only chase one of us. Why leave it when you can finish it? Alright, so it's down. Death in 4. I probably... Alright, so here's the thing. Yeah, no, I really don't have the ability to feed a Thrumbo. I could throw it in cryo for later, but I'd rather have the Thrumbo leather. Thrumbo leather is a really, really, really nice, tough material, plus food, right? So, we'll get that underway. Who's starving? Leth and Day, because you've been standing there. Yan Shui's inside. I'm going to put her in the back. It's actually too bad she doesn't get hidden, because... how high is Trek's shooting, Jimmy asks. Trek's shooting is 15. Plus, he's on Wake Up, which helps as well. I put him on Wake Up so his moving would be increased, and therefore he could run a little faster away from the Thrumbo, because God knows I wouldn't want to be run down. Who the hell made this snowman? I'm so confused. Now that we lost Yan Shui, what I'm going to do is, so I don't look at her as if she's can do stuff for the group, I'm going to set her for 0 across the board here. This is a lot of blood? Or where... Oh, yeah, it's very bloody here, isn't it? Thrumbos have a lot of blood to lose, is I think the moral of the story. Now I need a new cook. Trek the Gourmand is going to be that cook. Unfortunately, the little, let's call it pod that Yan Shui's in is the last to be secured or whatever. Alright, I want to haul those Molotovs back. Yeah, Yan Shui is a pretty big loss. I think keeping her awake and having her res Psychosis get progressively worse would be problematic. She already tried to release the prisoners, and additional time would just become even more of a problem. Alright, so Trek is on the simple meals now. No, sorry Trek. I know you want to eat that, but I also should keep an eye on megafauna, threatening man-eating megafauna, as they're not that safe to keep around. Is the infected prisoner okay? Well, they look to be pretty hungry, but their immunity is beyond their infection. One of the reasons they're okay is they're in excellent beds. I did that so I could basically reduce the amount of work I have to put in. No, don't eat my Thrumbo, you little jerk. Alright, Mr. Trek. Go butcher the Thrumbo and put all the meat away. So we'll have probably a duster's worth of Thrumbo, maybe a shirt too. Zelda is Veggie Lover, yes. And then Angel here is the person that just asked that question. Yeah, we have quite a turnout here of a lot of the people that are in this series are also in the audience. So I'll try to do right by you all. It's much easier said than done. Alright, animal starvation. Yeah, that's my fault. Let's put them all to pet zone. I'm potentially keeping the female Labradors, so I'll keep them trained. Day is hypothermic. Whoa, seriously hypothermic. Yeah, one of the problems is, Chief, what are you working on? Building a spike traps? That's good. Alright. We have all of the spike traps back. And they're all put away. Good. Mad dough. This is still, of course, not really fixed. How close is this dough? 'Cause this cougar here probably needs to get killed. It's only a matter of time until it goes after a dog or a person. Oh. Right, I had a mad doe, didn't I? Leth. I thought I had more time than that. Oh, don't crack his nose off. Leth the rat smasher is gonna start smashing dough. Oh, bye-bye. So, Leth the Bambi murderer now, I think, is more appropriate. He just did murder Bambi. I like how the only shot that the deer got on was on his peg leg. I guess he is already a puppy smasher. He's done a lot. He's a busy man. He has a very busy schedule. Yeah, alright. What I really need to do is to move my steel outside. Because steel does not decay, and I don't have any room for this stuff. My whole stockpile here. And maybe blocks, too. Actually, no, I want the blocks where they are because I want them closer to where I'm building. I do have a quest for a bionic leg, yes. It is guarded by 2 enemies and by something else. It's guarded by 2 enemies and mortar or turrets. It's actually 2 enemies is really easy when it's ever guarded by 2 because that just means you down one of them and the other one flees. The turrets are annoying because I need to outrange them. Because if I don't outrange them, I don't know how long my range is. Great bows versus turret range. Off the top of my head, I don't know if that will be successful or not. Dave's not having a good time being malnourished and also... Oh, no. The malnourishment is going down. Okay, that's good. Given the temperature out, it's really, really, really cold. Maybe I will just cook up to 20. Oh, I already have it up to 15. Well, we'll kick that up to 20. Thank you, Swizzle, for moving 6 steel. There we go. That's a bit more. Hello, Talon. Welcome, my town crier. Whoa, I had meals, right? Like, where did they go? I had 10, and now I have 1. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just fed all the prisoners, I suspect. Checking, ooh, Jimmy. Deliver food to Jimmy. No, deliver. Wolf steals it. That was kind of funny. Alright, after the recruit attempt. Alright, we gotta haul this food and start feeding them all. Oh, Jimmy just ate. So let's check their needs real quick. Klein, super hungry. Everyone else is okay. These prisoners, like, don't really care as much about. It's too bad you can't prioritize. Like, certain prisoners neglect and others do not. Ooh. Yikes, that is some bad news there, Talon. So the cougar's doing some hunting for me. Talon mentioned that he just pledged on Patreon, so he'll be on the credits screen soon, but his Twitch account got hacked and someone bought a crazy amount of bits. That is ridiculous. In fact, I would say two-factor authentication is the way to go when dealing with any sort of online security at this day and age. If it involves your credit card, two-factor it up. And change your passwords often? I don't know what quote-unquote security professionals recommend for how often, but better not to risk it, I suspect. Okay, so Zero is chopping all the trees down. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Zelda, or Plan, or Veggie. You go by so many different names for gifting a sub there. That is very sweet. Oh. What? Just Tippy is going berserk because he's a Lucy addict and he is trying to eat the doctor for not having his Luciferium. I think I'm gonna slaughter. Yeah, Jimmy, I'm there with you. It's time to put Lassie down. Lassie starts biting you. It's time to put Lassie down. Actually, you know what? I could sell him it. I don't know. So I'm gonna administer one Luciferium and then plan on trying to go to market before the next Luciferium need is unmet. It's probably not worth it, but I'll do it anyway. I like how one dog just rescued the other. So Day with hypothermia. Chief, I don't know what you're working on, but could we get those, like, dusters sometime this century? Because Day keeps freezing. I think Day doesn't have a toque, which is the major issue. And he's actually physically getting frostbite. So I'm going to force him to wear the duster. And this should make him much more cold resistant. Because frostbite is stupid for a colony to have that has this much leather. Alright, Mr. Tippy. Or Mrs. Tippy. Mr. Tippy. I guess you're a mister. Maybe your nose will heal. That'd be really cool. Let's go ahead and feed Tippy. And tend to Tippy, and then operate on Tippy. The reason why it said it would be cool if Tippy's nose healed was that if it did, oh, with meds? Are you on drugs? Don't answer that. Tippy would become more valuable as a result. Because when you're on Luciferium, your value actually does go up considerably because you have higher... You're on, like, high-performance drugs, sort of. It's like, God, what was that movie where with Will Smith that made him smart or whatever? I don't know. But, yeah, that's pretty much what that does. Alright, this prison here is disgusting. Could we... I don't know why I'm picking on Trek here, but I'm going to have him clean that up a lot. Which prisoner is awaiting an operation? It was not even a prisoner, it was just Tippy. Limitless. Yes, Klein, thank you. It was limitless. Yeah, Luciferium kind of makes you limitless. Your need for everything drops and you become a little superhuman. Alright, so these prisoners here are low or mid-teens for recruit. Wolf is almost low teens. Chief, I feel very, very, very bad for making you work so hard. So I'm going to have you take some wake up, eat some food, and do some more work. I'm sort of tired of everyone being ill-equipped, so we're going to get the equipment up. That wake up that fell from the sky will be put to good use. If the dogs have nothing else to move, I think it would still be pretty cool to have a bunch of slag. So I'll just set that up. Once these prisoners are all healed, I'll bring them and Tippy to market. It's a dark way of saying, basically, I'ma sell you. Is drug production behind electricity? No, it is not. You can do all of your drug production. You're never going to be able to make actual meds, but you'll be able to make this stuff. Of course, most of it requires nutramine, except for like yayo and flake. So it's not super useful to have drug production. Because none of the good stuff, it won't let you access any of the good stuff. Like Wake Up is nutramine, Go Juice is nutramine, whatever, that antibiotics is nutramine. All of it is nutramine. So unless I get a source of nutramine, it's a no-go. I already have Psychoid brewing, and I had some growing. Maybe I didn't this one. But I have had it in the past. You know, I probably should not have had my chef do all that cleaning. He needs to be chefing. Checking the prisoner needs. Their moods and needs are actually being considerably well met, I've got to say. For as short-staffed as I am, it's not so bad. Also, thanks to all the dogs that just keep moving the stuff around. They're moving the steel out and moving the wood in. Yeah, I think the last you're right. The last map had all that beautiful drug production. This map, not so much. Mostly because this map, everyone but Zero started as a dead person. And it took a considerable amount of effort to get them not to be dead. Looks to me like some hunting is in order. The trouble here is Trek's my hunter. Okay, I'm going to make Zero the cook. It sucks, but I really need food. So let's go ahead and hunt elk. And ibex. And you know what? This cougar looks pretty wounded. I will absolutely take the advantage of said very wounded cougar. The dogs are very helpful, yes. That's actually one of the sad things about Yorkies, because all of the dogs are really, really helpful, except for Yorkies. Yorkies just, they don't actually work, which is a bit of a problem. Alright, so Trek is on a mad hunt. Big irons on his hip. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Grief irons. Ooh, psychic soothe. So, Tippy here is still resting. Females are going to be a little bit happier. It's going to make it easier to recruit Angel here. Okay, Zero. I want you cooking. Why are you chopping? Didn't I make him the cook? Yeah, I made you the cook. There's no way I have 20 simple meals, so... Ooh, nice shot. What is... Oh, you know what? Wait, what? Any worker... Oh, it's the allowed skills. That explains everything. Okay, resistance was actually broken by Leth on a prisoner I have no intention of recruiting, which goes to show how much I've been tending to them. So I'm going to say no interaction. Oh, about time. For Yanshui, I'm going to go ahead and clean this one up a little bit. I don't care about the others, but I'll keep hers a little nicer than the rest. She deserves that bit, I think. Okay, Tony's fully healed. Lagua is almost fully healed. And then we're going to be bringing them in Tippy down to market. Sell them upstate. You know how it is. Alright, Chief, let's haul that. Can we get a statue or gift or something for Yanshui? Yeah. I mean, I would like to actually just revive her. Forget mourning her loss. We'll just get her back alive. So, to do that, I would need to prepare the Ancient Danger. I'm obviously not ready to do that at this very moment, but maybe soon. Maybe soon. Probably more like when all these guys are recruited and productive. Because that is the real bottleneck. Okay, Zero, you can eat. Take some wake up. And I'm going to do these simple meals forever. It's cold. It's going to stay cold. We're in the dead of winter. So I'm just going to keep cranking at this thing. I'm probably going to need to expand this corpse butcher stockpile, because my guess is Trek has not been carrying the corpses all the way. Thank you, Angel. Does no interaction include feeding them? Yes. It's just no social interaction. But it does mean that they're being fed. As you can see here, feeding simple meal to Lagua. But we're not tending to them or making nice or whatever. Part of the problem is I don't want the animals eating the meals, but I really need them to haul it. Did that animal just literally eat all the corpse there? Yes, it did. It must have. Get your own food. There probably really isn't a good source of food for them. And that's the issue. Alright, Mr. Leth, let's keep hauling the meals. Yeah, they're quite hungry. I do plan on trying to stockpile a probably unreasonable and insane amount of pemmican and kibble so that we can stop running into this perpetual issue. Chief, let's refuel. And getting those dusters out. Zero will make good work of that. Temp close. Alright, so this is looking good. We're catching up on food, and we're definitely working towards recruit. Wolf was the lowest, so he's at 8.2. That's pretty good. Talon asks, have I given any more thought to the sandbag center island? Yes. That's probably what I'm going to go ahead and do, is alternating sandbag, slag, or chunk. Basically making it as slow as possible to get to our people. That would be most efficient. For sure. Trek is still hunting. Hasn't gotten himself into trouble, unlike episodes previously. Let's take a quick look. Ooh, a lot of caribou. Cool. Let's queue them up. At how close these... Oh, God, wargs too? I gotta be careful. It is dangerous out there. Alright, so Lagua and Tony are fully submissive, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm going to do? Day is going to bring them to market. Day hasn't really been doing very much in the way of... I don't want to say that he's not contributing to the colony, but he doesn't have a lot of things that he is willing to do. So let's go ahead and have Day bring the slaves over. So that would be Lagua and Tony and Tippy. And then we're going to want like 10 meals. And let's also bring some other stuff. So wolf and panther fur, we don't have enough to make anything out of. And then Luciferium is dangerous to have around, so we'll bring it. The Thrumbo horn. I think the steel knife probably belonged to someone. And then what I can do is bring just a lot of the tattered clothing. As long as the majority of the stuff I sell is the slaves. The bulk of the money is the slaves. I'll be fine. I'm not going to bother with the wooden table. I want to be moving fast here. Okay, that will have to do maybe 20 meals. And the route is... choose route. All right, 30 meals? Really? Okay, fine. A lot of meals, but yeah, that's pretty productive. The Thrumbo horn is probably a good weapon for tribals, but not nearly as good as a blunt weapon, because we are a tribe of basically slavers, and if we use a lot of sharp weapons, we sort of kill what we want to capture instead. Plus the Thrumbo horn, if I recall correctly, has roughly the same DPS as maybe a plasteel knife. It's not that great. It's actually pretty low. All right, Tippy, your nose did not heal. Actually, I'm not even sure a shadowed nose can heal from Luciferium. That is not a scar or something like that. Uranium, maces, jade clubs, both those are really good slaver weapons. Basically, knock them over the head, unconscious, and you'll end up with more people. Just to make sure, yes, we're neutral with them. Okay. If we were hostile, of course, that wouldn't really work. I think Leth just ate a meal in front of one of the prisoners. That's a real alpha move. Like, hey, you want food? You better keep me happy. Didn't you have someone heal a Shatter Nose in the Desert series? I think I actually used Healer Mech Serum, if I recall correctly. Because maybe the Luciferium healed it. That could be. I don't 100% recall. No, Thrumblefur Duster's fine. I'm just going to have probably Trek wear it. I'll force wear it on Trek, because Trek's the most likely candidate to be attacked. No, this is not your relaxing socially gathering spot. You dunce. Get out of there. So one thing I gotta say is things get dirty really, really quickly. A lot of excellent beds. Cool. Uh-oh. That's not good. Tony has hypothermia? Yeah, I'll just switch who's wearing the toque. I think that will be good. Even here. You get the jacket, you get the toque. I like how Lagu is counting as a colonist here, because they were a wanderer that joined us, and yeah, it's like he's like, I'm gonna get in their good graces. It's like, no, you're not. You're definitely not. I can almost promise you that. We don't have good graces. We just have people that we sell. Seriously? How are you this cold? Lagu is like in a t-shirt. Okay, you know what? I have a lot of clothing that I was going to trade, but I can just throw that on and keep them warm. Yeah. That's annoying. Yeah, we ended up arresting Lagua, so Lagua was never supposed to be a slave. We just sort of enslaved him. Oh, wasn't Richard supposed to be going upstate too? Pregnancy middle stage. Yeah, that's why. Because he can't keep to himself. At this point, the fireplace is probably not necessary. He looks like Butters. Just saying. The dude does look like Butters. Alright, so Zero put on the nice jacket. I'm going to switch around and have Trek wear it. A good duster. Oh, but you were wearing a legendary jacket. But I still think the Thrumbo fur is going to be better. Chief put that on. Okay, that's fine. As long as someone's wearing it, because that's a pretty good thing to have. Alright, Mad Rat, I think I can handle. I got it, guys. We're okay. Day is a medical emergency now. He topples over. So, Mr. Day, we'll put fur pants on. And a toque for you. I like how he's unconscious. But Lagua is like, I got it, guys. Oh, Day is sort of low-key, very hypothermic. I've been doing a really bad job of sending them there, huh? So let's allow self-tend. And Lagua, can I even give you tasks? It must be really cold. Oh, Zero's being chased by a rat. Where is the rat? Wildlife. It must be dead. Because I don't sort of see it. I think one of my... something killed it. I just don't know what. Oh, my guess is the cougar killed it. Log. Nope. I don't know. It's gone. It's not my problem. The prisoner's self-actor with clothing. I think so. Okay. Let's give you that. You that. There we go. Parka. Day is going to try to keep his fingers. We have him patching himself up. And luckily, RimWorld doesn't have, like, nerve damage. So, recruiting. 5, 12, 19, or really 20, 9, 8. Really, really, really soon. Really very soon. I could have really sent them off with warmer stuff. I didn't realize it was going to be that cold. It is actually really, really cold. It's negative 12. That's pretty brutal. Not gonna lie. It's interesting how the Labradors don't seem to care. Haha, Jimmy, I think you're right. Yeah, that is totally possible. He joked that he's looking forward to a few episodes from now when it says, a former colonist of your faction, Lagua, steals a radio and calls you for rescue. Well, unless he's a family member. But the thing is, whenever I have a rescue like that, what I can end up doing is I'll just code them. I'll change them to be another patron or whatever. No, I don't want them pregnant. Richard, keep your Richard in your pants. That's a bad Richard. Man, I am still struggling on the food. We really need to move stuff properly. So the next thing I wanted is a dining room, right? I can't... I'm probably going to knock out this wall here and make it marble. And then we'll have our beautiful dining room there. I think a wooden table times 3 is... We could probably do better. You know what? Actually, if this is going to be dining room, it also needs to be a rec room, right? So... Let's just make this one big honkin' thing. Dining and recreation. Alright, so their time to get to the trade has been terrible. Like, they took so long. Our acquisition of all the beautiful wood is going to good use. Trek is unbelievably trigger happy. He shoots them till they're unconscious, and then just like lets them bleed out, and then gets back there. Caravan has arrived. Nice. So let's go ahead trade. So we're making... Wow, Lagua, what is going on with you? Oh, he has serious hypothermia, which is why I'm getting a terrible, terrible, terrible price for him. So let's just sell Tony, but what we'll do is warm up Lagua first. Let me get back there. And just sell Tony, and then wait here until Lagua loses the hypothermia, and then it will be worth more. So, I'm making 900 in that, so 1800 is the most I can make out of everything. So... Well, but I'm also selling another slave. So I'm gonna sell everything else here, and then I'll sell the other slave, and the majority of my money on this trip will be from slavery. What are we eating? We don't even have meals? I don't even see meals anymore. Oh, they don't even have enough money, do they? Let's keep some of this clothing then. What is this caravan eating? I am actually honestly confused. Oh no, they have meals. I don't know why they weren't for sale. I could also buy some herbal meds. Yeah, I'm planning on... I mean, they're out of gold, so I have to buy... Or silver, I should say. So I actually have to buy something. That is so much... Not so much a choice. So the hypothermia is dropping. His frostbite is healing. So we'll just leave him there for like a day. Just to... chill out would be probably a very bad pun, so I'm going to use it. Chill out. Leave them there to chill out. Let's go ahead and stockpile wood here. Raw resources of wood. Oops, I misclicked, or rather didn't click anything. And then allow the pets... Yeah, the pets are allowed to go there. Cool. Got some visitors. Alright, so what am I waiting on? I really need Leth, or... I just need more hands on deck. That's what I need. I can barely keep up with the amount of work. I guess what would be helpful is if... I do have a decent amount of meat now, is if Leth chipped in somewhere else. Do they have Naturamine? They're tribals, so they really shouldn't. I'd be really surprised if they did, and wondering why tribals had, like, precursor drugs. Not saying it's impossible, just saying it's unlikely. Trade. His health has not improved, like, an iota. Alright, there it goes. Maybe it failed to update or something? Because you really can't go from 40% to 6% as fast as he did. Alright, so now Lagua is saleable. You know what? I'm stripping you naked. You're going to be naked. So let's go ahead and sell Lagua, the naked idiot, for 800. And then that will allow us to buy... Herbal meds? All of them? Oh, what is so heavy? My caravan mass is, like, ridiculously heavy. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. I can buy, the animal pulse. I probably don't want... Well, no. Maybe I do. Animal pulsar. And all the herbal meds. And that helps with the weight. No one wants this Thrumbohorn, apparently. So what I'm going to do is just ditch it. I know, but most of our money's supposed to be from slavery, and if they won't buy it, no one's going to buy it. Okay, so we're good. We're bringing home 555 silver and a whole lot of interesting artifacts, Insanity Lance and the like. And he's all healed up, so he doesn't have any frostbite or anything like that, which is good. He is wearing some tattered clothing, but he'll just have to make do. I feel like these pine trees are growing ridiculously fast. God, look at this terrible prison. Keep it clean, man. Keep it clean. It's so dirty. Having these prisoners, like, wander around. That's all they do. All they're doing is generating trash. Checking them out here. Wolf is, like, a second away from... basically being recruitable. Klein here is reminding me that the clock is up, and I am about 7 minutes overtime. I'm just going to ignore that for just a little bit longer. I was going to hope to get at least one of them recruited. That's my goal. So as soon as once one of them joins, or at least one of them hits 0, I'll feel good that I accomplished something. Wolf was a title character in Black Lake Settlers, if you watched Black Lake. So yeah, he was one of the founders of Black Lake and incredibly integral to the success of that colony. He was the, like, dude with the big gun that killed hundreds of people. This is a boreal forest. So, that's the biome here. I tend to like boreal forests because they have nice lakes. Loco Porco wants me to burn all the prisoners alive. So, yeah, that's a big old no. Not going to be doing that. Not after all this effort. Because of our hands being so full, we also don't really have a tree cutter. Trek. I'm going to repurpose Trek here. So take him off of crafting. Put him on... Oh, he is terrible at plant cut. Oh, dear lord, he's bad. Put him at hauling, I guess. Okay, so we are 1 day away from returning. I'm going to micromanage the prisoners a little bit. So we really wanted Angel because she will help out to cook, and she has resistance remaining of 5. My pets must be quite hungry. They just keep eating corpses. I mean, that's sort of our normal diet. Chief, you don't have anything to work on? Alright, I'm making plant cut somewhat of a priority here. You got nothing to work on, get me some wood. That sounds wrong. Maybe I'll reword that. If you don't have anything to do, cut down some trees. Alright, let's see what's going on. Yan Shui is sitting in the, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the wood I wanted. Just deliver a little wood, and we're good. Let's stockpile some wood here, too. So, copy and paste, and rename wood 2. Eventually, this won't be a kitchen. It's actually a pretty nice kitchen because it can't be filthy, but it's way far away from where I want to have meals and the like. So, That is the chief problem. So Trek might suck at cutting wood, but that's pretty much all we need him to do at the moment. So that is Trek and Chief's primary job. I really ought to... Are you guys... Leth is just too busy to even train the dogs right now. So, Wolf's recruitment just broke. I think that probably means that I've done what I wanted to. I wanted to play until I had some progress with the prisoners. So next episode, I think will be... Well, it will be next Tuesday, but what it will do is we'll probably have a, like, domino effect of prisoners being added, because each additional person that joins, that will enable that pawn to be productive in the, in the tribe, and then the tribe will be better off and better able to supply happiness to whatever prisoners are left. In fact, spring might break and we'll be able to start growing drugs again, just so that we can, start keeping people happy. So before I go, I wanted to mention that I have a Twitch series that is about to come to fruition here. What it will do is it will probably air mid-afternoon for me, which is around 8 p.m. in Europe on Saturdays. So, and it will be long form. All of my current series right now are like an hour long. The European Twitch series will be longer. I don't know if that's a requested time length, but you can tune in whenever you want. I also wanted to thank everyone that turned out to the live stream, everyone that donated bits and gifted subs and the like. And if you have any questions for me, I'll be hanging out in the channel a little bit longer so that you can ask them. Thanks for watching. Adios.